Marhaba. I welcome you to lesson 8 of our Arabic language module. Now in this lesson, we are still going to explore more sentences in Arabic and then how to make some statements with ease. Now without much ado, let's get into the real business. Now we have a couple of words here, and from these words, we can form various sentences from them. Now the first word here you have is ladayna. Okay, there's a spoon here. So ladayna. Ladayna in Arabic means we have. Okay. So we have. Okay. We have. Ladayna, we have. So you want to say we have a room. Okay. Or we have a house, or we have a fridge, or we have a pen, we have a book. You start with ladayna, okay? Ladayna. Then you add whatever you have, okay? So in this case, we have baytun, furnun, and sakhanun. So we know that baytun is house, okay? So baytun is house. House. Furnun is oven. Okay. Furnun is oven. We learned this, I think, in one of our previous lessons. So if you are not sure of them, you go back and then revise our previous lessons. Sakhanun. Sakhanun is a water boiler. Okay. Water boiler. Or you can say water heater. Okay. A water boiler or heater. Okay. So that is it for the second column. Then we have here jamilun. Jamilun is, these are adjectives. Jamilun is what? This is something that jamilun is beautiful or pretty. So beautiful. Okay. Jamilun, beautiful. Jamilun is what? Beautiful. Beautiful. And then jadidun is what? New. Say something is jadidun in Arabic means it is new. So jadidun is what? New. So from here, we can form sentences like we have a beautiful house, we have a new house, we have a beautiful oven, we have a new oven, we have a beautiful water boiler. All sorts of sentences, okay? So لدينا بيت جميل. So what? We have a beautiful house. لدينا بيت جديد. So we have a new house. You say what? لدينا فرن جديد. We have a new oven. لدينا فرن جميل. You said well, we have a beautiful oven. Okay? Same applies to sakhan. لدينا sakhan jamil. We have a beautiful water boiler, water heater. Very easy. Then you are done with that. So just take note of لدينا here, which means what? We have. Okay, we have. Now, you might ask, we said in our previous lessons that whenever you have an object in an Arabic sentence, then the object will end with a fathatain. When we say fathatain, it is when you have two dashes on a letter. Okay, in this case here, we said you would always have a fathatain on the object. But then, why do we have dhammatain instead? On the object here, you can see baytun as the object has dhammatain. Furnun has dhammatain. Dhammatain is when you have this rather on your word or your noun. Okay. So we said that nouns in their normal form would have dhammatain, that is these two. But then whenever they are objects in a sentence, they take fathatain. And then we have a house. The house in a normal English sentence, the house here will be an object and then will therefore supposed to have fathatain. But then they have dhammatain. What is the reason? Now take note that in Arabic, ladayna here is not a verb. We don't take it as a verb. Okay? But then we rather take it as a preposition, okay? A preposition. So it is rather what? A preposition. But because it is a preposition, it means that these words here that come after the ladayna aren't objects, okay? They aren't objects. Now, because they aren't objects, they wouldn't take fathatain. They would take the dhammatain. So that is why all the words or all the nouns that come after ladayna in Arabic would have what? A domatain instead of a fathatain. I hope that is clear. Now, how do you say I have instead of we have? Okay, how do you say I have instead of we have? You want to say I have an oven. I have a new water boiler. How do you say it? You don't start with ladayna. You replace ladayna with what? Ladayya. Okay, ladayya. So in Arabic, ladayna is we have, and ladayya is what I have. So you want to say I have a house. Ladayya baytun. Okay, I have a beautiful oven. You say ladayya furnun jamilun. As easy as that. So ladayya in place of ladayna. Now we move to our last group of sentences that we're gonna learn. In which dash is a dash. So probably, let's see, you wanted to ask in which room we have the fridge. Okay, wanted to ask in which of the rooms do we have the fridge. So in which dash do we have dash. So in which something do we have something. A sentence of this form, that is what we are going to learn. So fi ayyi. Okay, fi ayyi. Now in Arabic, fi is in. Okay, fi is what's in, and then ayyi. Ayyi has two meanings, or can translate into two words in English depending on the context. It can either be any, or which. Now in our next lesson, we are going to learn another sentence structure which starts with something like you asking someone whether they want any service. Okay, any service, where you say ayya hidma, where the ayya will take another form. We'll do that. So I wouldn't go into detail for that for now. So fi is what in, and ayyi can either be any or what which. Okay, which. And that is where our ayyi comes in here, because we want to ask a question. We start with what's in which. So we start with fi ayyi. Fi is in, ayyi is which in this context. So fi ayyi, in which. Then you add your two nouns. Okay. Now here, dawr, we've already done dawr in our previous lessons. We said dawr is what? Dawr is floor. So you have a story building or a building, you have different floors, the first floor, second floor, third floor. Dawr is a floor. Okay. Then ghurfa is a room. Before we've done all these words in our previous lessons. Dawr is room. Okay. Room. Then bayt is house. Okay. Bayt is what? House. So you have joining the first two columns here, fi ayyi dawr, in which house? Sorry, in which floor? And fi ayyi ghurfa, in which room, or in what room? So ayyi can be what? Okay. Fi ayyi baytin, in which house? In which house? Very easy. Then you add whatever you wanted to ask about. So let's say you want to ask about an apartment. So in which floor is the apartment? Okay. Fi ayyi dawrin, then you add ashaqqa. You know ashaqqa is apartment. So ashaqqa is apartment, which we did, I think, here. We even did shaqqa. Did we miss shaqqa? We didn't miss shaqqa here. So shaqqa we know is apartment from previous lessons. Apartment, okay. Apartment. I'll write the full word. So we start to apartment. And thalaja, we did thalaja. We know thalaja is a fridge. Okay. Thalaja is fridge. And then ghurfa we know is room. So combining all these sentences, you have what fi ayyi dawrin ashaqqa. In what floor or in which floor is the room? Is the apartment? In which floor is the apartment? Fi ayyi dawrin ashaqqa. Fi ayyi ghurfatin thalaja. In which room do you have the fridge? In which room do you have the fridge? في أي بيت الغرفة. في أي بيت الغرفة. In which house? Okay, do we have the room? In which house do we have the room? Now I want to give you a short exercise. We learned a thalaja in one of our previous lessons to mean fridge, and I told you that the word comes from a certain root word. Can you tell me the root word? Tell me the root word in Arabic, and then the meaning of that root word. So I will be waiting for your comments and then see if you truly follow our lessons or not. Okay. I think that will be the end of this lesson. We learned a lot today. Now you can ask questions of the form we have. So we have a house, you say ladayna baytun. We have a beautiful house, you say ladayna baytun jamilan. You can ask it in the form I have. Instead of saying we have, you can say it in the form I have. And also you can ask questions about questions of the form in which dash do we have dash. Okay, so in which house is the room? You can ask in which house is the fridge. You can ask in which room is the fridge in Arabic. So that's it for this lesson. See you in my next Arabic lesson. That's our lesson 9. Assalamu alaikum.